Hey everybody, this is Shay and Brenda. I almost said Cheryl. Can you believe that? Shay and Cheryl, which is my wife.
I'm your work wife.
This is work life, which my wife actually says that. So this is Shay and Brenda with Wedding Business TV, and we're here today, and we want to talk a little bit about an update that Google had. I don't know when it was. It was a few weeks ago. I think it was the beginning of. Actually, it was the beginning of May. I think is when it happened, and it seems very insignificant, but I think it could have a lot of positive impact on your website. And what I want to talk about is they changed the length, the number of characters you can use for your title tag and your meta description for SEO purposes. And if you're kind of clueless as to what I'm talking about, here's what it is. If you go to Google and every time you search, you search for something, those results that it shows, go look at that. And the top thing is going to be the title, which is the page title that it would link you to. And then below that, where it has the couple of lines, is the description that people have typed in for that particular page. So it tells you what the page is about. Well, they have increased the length of and the number of characters that you can use for that. And you're probably saying, well, big deal.
Who
It
cares?
it's just more writing for me. Well, what they did is for the title tag, they switched it. It used to only have between 50 to 60 characters. Now you can have like 70, 71, depending on how you do it. And for the description, they've increased it to have, I think it's 15 to 20 more characters per line.
And they increased the lines, didn't
And they
they?
increased it. Yeah, there was 2 lines, and now they've increased it to 3 lines. Now, I don't think that's universal yet. From what I read, it kind of depends on the industry as far as increasing the lines. So you just have to go and look and see. So why does this even matter? Why is it worth talking about? And it comes down to conversion rates,
Right.
click-through rates from people coming when they're doing a search and they see your website and clicking on it, and seeing those results and clicking on it and going to your website.
Yeah.
And that comes down to your copy. What were
So
you going to say?
I was going to say that I think a lot of people think about the search engine results and they focus on keywords. They focus on getting found and their position in the search results, their rank, and they're so focused on Google finding them that they forget that there's that second part of people actually reading your description and wanting to click through and actually go to your website.
Here's one thing that I don't think a lot of people understand. Everybody's focused on keywords, and I'm focused on keywords. You have to have keywords, but what people don't realize is Google is getting so much smarter, and they're learning through your actions that now keywords is still a major factor, but your engagement, your click-through rate on the search results influences so much where you are on those search results. And by increasing these characters, you can increase you can be more descriptive. You
Right.
can have a better headline, a better description of the page. If you do that, if you optimize that, and you get a better click-through rate, even though you may not be completely keyword optimized for a particular keyword, you may jump in rankings just because you have a higher click-through rate.
It's all part of the same equation.
It is, and part of it is you got to know a little bit of copy as well. You got to know what triggers your ideal client has that's going to get them to click on it. But don't be misleading either. Whatever your page is about, write that description and be truthful. Don't have like
Yes.
clickbait or whatever. Be truthful as to what's on there. It'll only help you in the long run
It's not
because
going
of
to
that
help you
engagement
otherwise.
thing,
Yeah.
that click through and engagement thing. If you're deceptive on what you write there and people click and they go and they don't see it and
The
they
little
bounce
thing
back,
called bounce rate.
bounce rates, your bounce rate's going to increase.
Yeah.
Google knows how long those people stay on your page, and it doesn't matter if they only look at that one page, but they're on there for 3 minutes as opposed to 3 seconds. The 3 minutes is way better than the 3 seconds.
Right.
So I always tell people, when you're writing these, think of them as classified ads.
Right.
If you're in the yellow pages, if you go and you buy your National Enquirer,
Not
at
that
the
you're
grocery
speaking from
store,
personal experience.
I buy a National Enquirer occasionally. Only literally, this is like you're saying. I buy the Playboy just for the articles. I buy, I buy these for the ads. I
Right.
could care less about the content because the ads, they're paying. It's the number one circulated newspaper in the world,
Is
the
it?
Enquirer. Yes, I
I
think it
believe
is
it.
because it's worldwide.
Right.
To buy an advertisement in there is outrageous.
Right.
It's a lot. So if you find people that are paying every
That's
week,
smart. They're prepared to invest in their marketing.
they're making money, first of all. I
Yeah.
mean, they may do it for a month, 2 or 3 weeks, a month, and then drop it. But the people that are there consistently, they're making money. So you see the headlines that they're using, you know the things that grabs people's attention. So that's a little tip.
Very good. I never would have thought as the National Enquirer as a source of research.
I know it's pretty amazing, but it is.
Okay, back to classified ads. So just if you can clarify that again, it's you have a limited amount of space to write in, and it's the same thing as your search results. You need to make a lot of impact and convince people
Exactly.
to click through. So having more lines and more characters to do that in now can be it's a great opportunity, but it depends on what you do with that opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you want the keyword in there, but don't stuff it. Don't use
No.
the same keyword over and over and over. I know a lot of people used to say you use the same, the keyword. And I will say use whatever keyword you want early on in the description. The closer it is to the first line, the first word of the first sentence, the better. But I also use like the keyword, and then I use semantic keywords, so related keywords, things that are similar. They're not exactly alike, but similar. And I also, if I have the space, which now we'll have more space, I also try to put some kind of call to action, a small call to action to get them to do
Right.
something. I've even included phone numbers on it because I mean, if somebody goes there and they read it and they know automatically, hey, I want to contact these people, as opposed to just clicking and having to go and find the phone number. I put my phone number on there. I don't do it on every page. On the pages that I think they might be looking for the phone number, I'll put a phone number, or I'll say, click here to learn more about whatever. So I try to put, if I have the space, I try to put some kind of call to action to get them to click on it
And
and
I
go to the
guess
page.
I guess it would also just reconfirm for somebody that if they see a local phone number that this is a local provider.
Exactly.
So just a little more trust building exercise that way. So for those folks who have already put some time into their title tags and their description tags and it's working for them right now, what should they be doing to go in and modify those without screwing up the value that they already have, but taking advantage of more characters available to them?
I mean, go in. If you know the keywords already that you're using, you don't have to change the
Right.
keywords. But if I know a lot of times when I was doing the descriptions, I'd sit there and play around with it, and I would have to cut out words. At least now you can go back and you can be more descriptive, or add another, if there's a logical place to add a semantic keyword, something related to it, do that. But add something descriptive, something that will get them to click. I'm not saying you have to change the whole thing. I mean, you can, but if if you're already ranking and you know the keyword that it's ranking for, make sure you leave those in. But you can just add and play with it and see if it's going to increase you. Because if you add another semantic keyword in there, you may be ranking for your main keyword. Now, by having the space and adding this other semantic keyword, related keyword, you may start ranking for that keyword as well. So now you got the same page ranking for 2 or 3 different keywords.
So you said it hasn't rolled out
Oh, it has. Yeah.
completely across all industries though.
Yeah, I think it
It
has.
has
It has, as far as for the title. Now,
for
the
the
only thing
title.
I've heard is for the description. It has increased in length, 16 to 20 characters.
Right.
But from what I understand, as far as adding the third line, not everybody has the third
Not that
line.
one. Okay.
So,
So because I guess don't assume yet that you have the third line and write your like how would you know then if you've got the
exactly.
third line or not? I mean, do you just write it and hope it gets picked up
Well, you
or
can write it and go in, and a lot of people wait for it to be indexed. If you want it to be indexed quickly, take that link, that blog, go to your search
search
console
console?
and plug it in there and have it crawl, and it'll index it usually. I mean, sometimes it'll do it in minutes. It could be hours. It could be the next day, but you can, do that. And a lot of people are going to say, okay, where do I change this stuff? Well,
Yeah.
if you have WordPress, I can't speak for the others because I don't
You may
use any of
have
those.
Yoast or
Yeah,
something.
if I use Yoast, the Yoast SEO plugin, and that's where you're going to put in your title and your description on the Yoast plugin for each individual page.
And then,
And
and if you're
I'm
not sure and you're
assuming
using a
that
site builder, just they should have a knowledge base or
Google
an
it.
FAQ or something
Exactly.
that'll give you that info. And yeah, good old Google
Exactly.
will
Google it.
usually help you find it. And I'm just making a note here. I think we need to do a little episode on all about what the Search Console is and how to get around it,
Yes,
because
I agree.
that's brand new to a lot of folks. So that's what I'm jotting down. So that's a good tip. I don't think most people would be aware of making those slight modifications. And yeah, it is a good opportunity to improve your conversions. It's not SEO specific, but it does have impact on that as well.
Exactly.
So, anything else you want to elaborate on that one, or shall we
Nope.
wrap that one up there? There you
I
go.
think
You
this is a
two
nice, simple, easy
nice,
one.
simple, actionable
Yes.
takeaways for today. Awesome. All right. Well, go do that. Report back. Let us know if you see any change in your in how folks are interacting with your website, and yeah, let us know what you think.
See you guys later.
See ya.